Hi kids, today we are going to enter into the new lesson, okay? Lesson 11, Economic Development and Planning. You are going to learn about the economic development and as well as the planning. First, we will go to the what do you know about development? Development, what is the meaning of the development? Development means what? Anyone can able to say that? Yes, development. It refers to the structural change towards betterment. Structural change towards the betterment. Okay. After the Second World War, the economics started devoting their attention towards analyzing the problems of underdeveloped countries. The economist people, they started to devote their attention towards the underdeveloped countries, and also they formulated so many theories as well as model of development as well as for the growth. Okay. Approaches of economic development. What are the approaches of economic development? We will see that. Traditional approach and new welfare oriented approach. What is the meaning of the traditional approach? Traditional means, you know, isn't it, which one we are following from the starting onwards, that only we are saying as a traditional, isn't it? That means here also the development, the traditional, it is denoted by the increase in the GNP. It is denoted by the increase in the GNP, and that GNP also how they are calculating, you know, decline in the agriculture sector and increase in the industrial as well as tertiary sector. Decline in the agriculture sector and increase in the industrial as well as the what is that one? Tertiary sector. That means the other two sectors there should be the increment, and the agriculture sector there should be the decline. According to that only they calculated the GNP. Okay, it emphasizes only the importance of the industrialization. That traditional approach, it emphasizes only the industrial development alone. Okay, it was assumed that growth in GNP per capita would trickle down to people at the bottom. It will trickle down the people up to the bottom. New welfare oriented approach. Actually, this one developed in 1970s. During the 1970s only, economic development. It was refined in the terms of the reduction of poverty, inequality, and unemployment. Okay, three things there should be the reduction. Actually, during that phase, the popular slogan in all over the world, it was the redistribution with the growth. Redistribution with the growth only was the popular slogan in all over the world. Actually, Peter Drucker, he only defined this new welfare oriented approach. How he said that only, you know, there should be the multi-dimensional process. Development should be in the multi-dimensional process. Multi-dimensional process means what are the things? Social infrastructure, popular attitudes, as well as the national institutions. In all the things, there should be the multi-dimensional changes should be there. Development should be there. Okay, same thing only what first they in 1970s what they said, same thing only also saying that eradication in the poverty, eradication in the inequality, and also eradication in the what is the thing, another one, unemployment. Okay, there should be the equality everywhere. There should be the equality everywhere. Next we will move on to the underdevelopment. Underdevelopment. How we are saying the underdeveloped countries? It is actually characterized by the agriculture, low per capita income, widespread poverty, wide inequality as well as indistribution of income and wealth, overpopulation, low rate of capital formation, high rate of unemployment, technological backwardness, dualism, etc. Along with this only we are categorizing the country as a underdeveloped countries. Okay, how we may say the underdeveloped countries? The countries which receives the income into the gross national income, like a gross national income which receives $906 and below are called as the low income countries. Okay, middle income countries. How we are calculating that means we are deciding the coming into the one of the conclusion as a middle income countries means GNA which is having between $906 and $11,115. Okay, and high income countries, which comes under the which are the countries comes under the high income countries, means the countries which receives the GNI more than $11,116. Okay. Meaning of the underdevelopment, we will move there. Okay. The term underdevelopment, it refers to the state of economy where level of living of masses are extremely low. It will be very extremely low due to the very low level of per capita income. Due to the very low level of per capita income, that only results into the low level of productivity as well as the high growth rate of the population. It is increasing the population also. High rate growth of the population there will be there, and low level of the productivity will be there. Okay. Now we will enter into the economic growth versus economic development. Economic growth versus economic development. We can able to define this one in the 4 topics: state of development, nature and level of change, scope of change, extent of change. Okay. First we will move about the state of development. How we are seeing in the economic growth and in the economic development, how it differs, we will see that. Okay. Economic growth, it deals with the problems of developed countries. In the state of development, what we are saying there, only the economic growth, it defines only about the developed countries. But economic development, it deals with the problem of the underdeveloped countries. Okay, it deals with the problem of the underdeveloped countries. State of development, how we are saying the denoting there. In the economic growth, it is defining the problems of the developed countries. Okay, deals only the problems of the developed countries. But economic development, it deals the problems of the underdeveloped countries. And the nature and level of change. Nature and level of change. In this one, development is a discontinuous, and as well as the spontaneous change. Spontaneous change means how we may say that one as the original change. There will be the original change. But growth in this one, gradual and steady change in the long run. Steady change in the long run. So it will be in the step by step. There will be the growth in the step by step. Economic level, there will be in the step by step change will be there. Scope of change. Next one, scope of change. Here in the growth simply means more output. Growth, it means only the more output. But development, it refers to the efficiency in the production. Yeah, how much, that means the efficiency. We should show in the our efficiency in the production. That means it deals about, already I told you, it's about the underdeveloped countries, isn't it? In that one, what they are doing there, scope of change, what the scope there will be there. Only the giving the efficiency, that means showing the efficiency in the production. Last one, extent of change, isn't it? In the extent of change, the consensus quantity, economic growth, that will be in the consensus quantitative aspects. Okay, it will be very narrow. The extent of change, it will be very narrow. Economic growth, it will be very narrow. But comparing to economic growth, economic development is wider. Economic development is wider than the economic growth in the extent of change. Next, we will move on to the measurement of the economic development. Measurement of the economic development. How we can able to measure the economic development? Through the gross national product, GNP per capita, welfare, social indicators. First, we will move on to the gross national product. First, what is the meaning of the gross national product? Actually, it is the total value of all the final goods. Okay, total value of the all the final goods as well as the services which produced within a particular year within a country, which produced within a country in a particular year, as well as we will include along with that one as a income earned by our own country citizens. That means the country citizens in the abroad also. Okay, that means we may say this gross national product as a the income earned from in our country as well as from the other country also. Everything only it will include in the gross national product. Okay, domestic, already you are reading about the gross domestic product, isn't it? Gross domestic product meant the income on that means income from the goods and services received only within the boundary of the country. that only we are calculating in the gross domestic product. But in the gross national product, we are calculating the income received in the inside of the country as well as from the outside of the country, from the foreign country also. What are the income we are received? Everything only we are calculating in the gross national product. Okay. According to the gross national product, how we are measuring the economic condition of a country means under the assumption that a higher GNP, it leads to the higher quality of living, and as well as all the other things, it will be in the equal manner. Okay, if the GNP it is higher, GNP is higher means definitely the people will live in the higher standard of living. Next we will move on to the GNP per capita. It relates to the increase in the per capita real income of the economy over the long period. Over the long period, there should be the increase in the per capita real income. This indicator of economic growth, it represents the economic development, the rate of increase in real per capita income. It should be higher than the growth rate of the population. It should be the per capita income should be higher than the growth rate of the population. Okay. Next, welfare. We move on to the welfare. Economic development is regarded as a process and increase in the consumption of goods and services by individuals. There should be the increase in the consumption of the goods and services by an individual. As well as from the welfare perspective, how we may say economic development, it is defined as a sustained improvement in health, literacy, and also the standard of living. There should be the increase in the sustainable way. There should be the increase in the sustainable way. In what are the things it should be in the sustainable way? Health, literacy, and what are the other than that I said? Standard of living. Last one, social indicators. Social indicators, they are normally referred as the basic and collective needs of the people. Basic as well as the collective needs of the people. Okay. The direct provisions of basic needs. What are the basic needs we are saying means health, education, food, water, sanitation, as well as the housing facilities. Everything comes under the basic needs. According to that only say indicator of the society. That only indicator of the society. From that also we may measure the economic development of the country. Thank you, children.